Hi, good morning. I hope you're having a good day so far today. So, for me, I have no idea what I'm going to be getting up to like for the majority of my day today. I know it's going to be very busy, so I do know that much. Main thing that I want to do is redo my knit squares again because yesterday when I put the crochet ones next to the fully done gray knit square, the two granny squares next to it, um, I had a thought where I don't know if it will be possible or not, but I think it will. If I take it apart, I'm going to try it with the blue one that's currently on the knitting needles. If I take it apart and do 28 stitches, that might be the perfect size. I'm gonna redo it until I get the perfect size because it is so close to being there. I know that I can, and 30 is just barely too many. So yeah, I think I'm gonna take apart the knit square one more time and redo it and try to figure it out again because I want to be able to do the every other granny square, knit square, granny square, knit square thing for a blanket. And this is the first time I have ever done anything like this, so it is gonna take a few times trying and not getting it perfect the first time, obviously. Also, I just noticed this. There's another little one of the colorful leaf seeds that has sprouted. We have two already. That is absolutely incredible. And I just put them in soil because I was forgetting to put them in the freezer. I cannot believe these little guys are sprouting so easily. I also need to give them a little bit more water. I just missed them when they're at this stage and it seems to be working a lot better. The seeds are actually, growing when I do that. I think I give the little sprouts way too much water at the beginning, so I think I have figured out my problem at least. I don't know, I probably haven't, but at least I maybe am trying to figure out that anyway. I don't know though, but I need to give those little guys some water. I'll get them in a second. I think the orange bell peppers and dill also might need some water today, so I'll get that in a second. But yeah, I think for today it's gonna be another day of figuring out my new knit and crochet project and trying to get the sizing right. But as for right now, I just wanted to say good morning and I hope you're having a good day so far today, and I'll see you in a second with whatever I get up to next. There you go, little ones. We literally just got home. I'm currently taking off my shoes. There we go. But I wanted to say real quick, the cherry blossom trees are starting to like get all covered in their pink like flowers, which is so cute. It's definitely spring. I know spring is like officially spring, the first day of spring in like what, 2 days from when I recorded this, so like tomorrow for you, I think. But the other thing that I saw was a lawnmower. Not that exciting, honestly, but it was, and this isn't the first lawnmower that I have seen yet this year. This is like the third one, I think. So yes, the grass is growing. We haven't needed to trim ours yet, obviously, but, and I don't know why, it's just not growing that much yet, but other grass is around, but so I don't know what's going on there, but I'm not complaining about it. But anyway, the reason why this lawnmower was so interesting was because I have never seen a robot lawnmower, I guess is what it was. It was so cool because it was just out there cutting the yard all by itself and just like it was doing a great job. It was so cool to see. I never thought that I would actually see one of those in person, but I have, so it was really cool and very exciting, honestly. But in some not so exciting news, the main thing that I'm going to be getting up to today, because it's going to be taking me a while, I think, it's just going to be a knitting video, but I'm going to take apart one more time this knit square that I was working on yesterday. I'm also probably going to be taking apart, where's the knit one? I don't know where it is. I think it's that one. I'm probably going to be taking that one apart too, because I think it needs to be 2 stitches less on the knitting needle to be the same size as the granny square, and with it being that close to being the correct size, it will very much annoy me. So yep, we're gonna restart this. So that means I need to take this little piece apart. It is kind of satisfying to watch, so hopefully you can see it there with it on my knee. But yeah, we need to take this one apart. Because, oops, it's just like, I need to try. If I don't try, then I'll never know, and I need to see if 20 stitches are gonna be like the correct number for this. I am sorry that I have to try and retry this so many times, so I hope you understand, because it's just like, I'm trying to figure out how to make this project. So it's a lot of, trying and then messing up and having to retry. So we're gonna try the knit square one more time. I had to make the granny square 3 times, so maybe 3 times with the knit square will be perfect too. All of the yarn that flies around when I do that is so annoying. But yeah, I'm just gonna get these stitches here cast on real quick. I need to count, otherwise I will mess up. But I will get these on real quick and then I'll start knitting. Okay, we have 28 stitches on the knitting needle. Let's see if this will be the actual correct amount. I have no idea, but I sure hope so. If it's not, I can always go down one more, but we started with 25, so that would be so close if it ended up to be 27. It would be kind of annoying, but I'm really thinking that this will be correct, because yesterday when I laid them out on the floor like that, and yes, they are still there, and yes, so is the little pile of dirt. I have not vacuumed that up yet. I didn't get a chance today, and I completely forgot last night because I was tired, so it's still there. I could get it right now, I guess, but I don't honestly feel like it, so it's fine. But when I put down the knit square and the granny squares yesterday, I was noticing that it was the exact same length as the granny square, but it was slightly wider than the granny square, so I was like, maybe if I make this one just slightly smaller across, that might be perfect. So that's what we're trying, and it should be really, really, really close. If not, it'll be close enough, I think. But yeah, I have to try one more time, and I realize I could have left that 30 stitches, the one that I made yesterday, on the knitting needle and tried with the gray one and just left it there, and it would have been perfectly fine. But honestly, it would have been way more frustrating if I had to take it apart anyway and redo it and then just have another one. So that's why I took it apart, and it's kind of satisfying to take apart knit projects. I don't know why, but it's just like, I enjoy it. Like, some of the things that I have made, I have actually fully taken apart and remade something completely different out of the yarn, simply because I liked the yarn, but I didn't like it in the final form, I guess, that it was in before. The yarn does kind of start to hold the shape of the knit like pattern after a while, I noticed, but I didn't mind because it was getting knit anyway, so it was pretty much okay. Like, even with this yarn, you can kind of already see how it was bending just a tiny bit, but because I'm redoing it in knit, it's really not noticeable. But as for today, it was one of those extremely busy days, so that's why I didn't really have much time to record anything else. I am so sorry about that, but sometimes, you know, it just is like that, so I do apologize. But yeah, today was definitely a lot busier than I was expecting it to be, but it was very fun, like being able to be out so much and just, you know, getting some stuff done, and having it, you know, even though it's still very cold, it is slightly warmer at least than it was yesterday, so that's very good. It was actually warm enough to bring the tomato plants outside for a little while, and they were able to get some real sunshine, so I was very happy that I was able to get them out there. They're back inside now because it's, you know, gonna be freezing in a few, and I'm not gonna leave them outside when it's freezing, obviously, so they are back inside all happy and warm in the bathroom, and they're still doing very well, by the way. The little ones that I just put into the soil most recently, they have some really, really, really healthy roots. Some of them are actually above the soil. That's why I can see them and I can tell that they're super healthy. So I am kind of thinking that that is going to be one of the healthier tomato plants in the garden this year. And also the sriracha peppers. Those are still in my bathroom here. I didn't show you them earlier, I don't think, because they didn't need any water, but yeah, those things are gonna be really healthy when they get outside, I think. At least I hope. But as for right now, they're looking like they're gonna be a really healthy plant. I don't want to yet because they don't have that many roots, but they are getting kind of crowded in their tiny little sprouting container that they're in, so I want to move them up into a bigger one, but I'm not going to because they don't have, like, their roots aren't crowded yet, but they're looking like it might be time sooner rather than later. I don't know, but I want to because they are going to be going outside probably in about a month, I would say, for the season. So I want their little roots to get a little bit bigger and stronger, but if they go outside in a tiny container, that'll be perfectly okay, I think, too. The container that I had my pepper plants in last year was very small, and they did perfectly fine, so maybe they just like being a little bit crowded. I don't know. I just can't believe how healthy they are because, again, those seeds came from a sriracha pepper that I grew last year on a plant, so it's just like, it's incredible to me that they're so healthy. The orange bell pepper sprouts also came from a little fruit that I grew last year. I was a little bit nervous because the first batch didn't do well, but this one looks like it's doing much better, thankfully. I do need to yeah, I definitely need to redo the I believe they're beefsteak tomatoes, but genuinely don't know if that's correct or not. Very well might not be, but I need to get those guys new seeds started because the first batch of those sprouts definitely did not make it. It was definitely me because I didn't know what I was doing and I think I accidentally overwatered them. But yeah, I need to restart some of those seeds because I want to have big tomatoes and the smaller tomatoes, which is hilarious because I don't like tomatoes, but they're fun to grow because they grow so well. And obviously we will not be finishing this square today. It takes a little bit of time knitting these, a lot longer than I thought it did, honestly. And I'm still planning on with this little knit square because the other one is the perfect length. I'm still planning on making this, what was it, 26? I'll need to count that one just in case I'm wrong, but I think it was 26 rows. So whatever that one is, I am going to make this one the same length as it because that is the perfect length for the granny square. So that's going to stay the same. It's just the two little stitches that were on the ones that are on the needle, the length or width or something. I don't know what the difference is, honestly, because it's square. So the ones that are on the knitting needle, it's just 2 stitches less than that this time. One more thing as I crochet, as I knit a couple more rows here. The little colorful leaves, I cannot believe how 2 of them have already sprouted. It is so amazing to me that they have, and I don't remember how many seeds there were that I put into that container that were from the other plant. I think there were like 10, and if all of them sprout, that is going to be a very crowded little container, so I am kind of concerned about that. And also the one that was the colorful leaves that was in water and hydroponic, their roots were starting to rot quite a bit not like when I took care of them this Monday, but the Monday before that when I took care of them, I had to trim quite a bit of their roots off because they were starting to get quite a bit of root rot, and it was gross. So they regrew some very healthy ones this week, but they're rotting just as quickly as they're growing. So I didn't get rid of any of the amount of water that they're in, but I did add some soil to it, so I'm going to slowly transfer them from water into soil, but just like over the week until all of the soil is absorbed and they get used to it, because they are currently growing new roots. So I think that doing it slowly should make it a little bit easier on them. I don't know though. Even though their leaves and stuff are super healthy, the roots were not. I'm just gonna knit one more row here real quick, because then we will have done 10 today, and I think that should be pretty good. Taking it apart and resizing it is just a million times is just one of those things that you have to do when you're figuring out a new project. But anyway, this is what it looks like for today. It's super tiny, but I hope it works. You never know. But yeah, this is what it looks like for today. And that also is going to do it for the video today, I think. So I hope you enjoyed it, and thank you so much for taking time out of your day to watch the videos and comment and everything. It's amazing that you do. So just thank you so much. I really love being able to just share the day with you. So thank you so much for being here, and I hope you have a good rest of your day today, no matter what you're doing. If it's a lot or a little, it doesn't matter. I just hope you have a good day. And as for tomorrow, besides figuring out the sizing of the knit squares and like compared to the granny squares, besides that, and vacuuming up that dirt, because that I definitely need to do that. But besides all of that, I don't know exactly what I'm going to be getting up to. I know I would like to play Animal Crossing a little bit, because I haven't since last time I played with you. I haven't played Animal Crossing since then, so I would like to, because I don't know if the Bunny Day decorations have started, because I know it's fairly soon, so I want to see if that has, and if it has, I want to decorate a little bit or get started decorating and collecting the eggs to be able to make the stuff for that. I know it's a little bit overwhelming, the Bunny Day decorations and how many eggs you are given, but I'm still looking forward to decorating for the holiday. So I might do that tomorrow, but if I get up to something completely different, obviously that will be what the video is. But again though, we will figure that out tomorrow. So again, just thank you so much for being here, and yeah, I will see you tomorrow with the next video. Bye! I'll see you later!